Namaste and welcome to Nepal. So literally the day after our Hong Kong wedding, we got on the plane and off we were to Kathmandu. And we arrived quite late in the day, so as soon as we checked in, we checked out. This was a visual representation of all of us that night. Looking ahead, we have a packed schedule in between preparing for a Nepali wedding and showing Justin's parents what Nepal has to offer.
Very nice.
First up, placing order for our outfits. And I mean all of us. And it's crazy to think that it's going to be ready in about 3 days' time for collection. Next up, sari and Durazual.
Look here.
You're gonna wear this one in the evening, yeah, Barsha?
This is morning.
Lol, as you can hear from our tone and frustration, this is not the first time we've explained this to Dad.
Damn.
Here's my dad, being a typical Nepali father, checking the fabric and the fit thoroughly, but it was quite funny at this moment.
My worry is Barsha किनभने यो उसको बडी ठुलो छ नि त यो 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 तल तल जाने हो किन क्या त्यो के अरे
So outfit-wise, the plan was for Justin to wear the recent outfit you just saw, whilst I wear a sari in the morning during our Hindu ceremony. Then later for our reception, we switched to our cultural Mughal outfits as we're from the Mughal caste. And not gonna lie, wearing this sari with the veil really hit me. The next morning, we went to visit my grandma, who surprised us by giving us this todua that she made herself. In Hindu ceremony, toduas are placed at the top and at the center of the mandap, so having this handmade for our wedding made it that much more meaningful. And then our Baji showed us how well she can walk without her cane. And then of course, more wedding shopping.
That's Barsha.
She's not like that.
Just the eyebrows.
She goes, hiya.
The next day was the first day where I could actually take Justin's parents around for sightseeing. And so we went to Bhaktapur, a popular tourist destination and one which Justin had previously visited. And by previously, I mean last year, where Justin and I, along with my family, challenged ourselves to complete the Annapurna Base Camp trek. And tell you what, that was bloody difficult, but definitely worth it. Anyways, if you're ever in Kathmandu, then definitely visit Bhaktapur. Located in east corner of the Kathmandu Valley, Bhaktapur is home to the Newari caste, being a former capital of a Newar kingdom. Earlier, I mentioned that I will be wearing my cultural Mughal clothes for our wedding reception. In Nepal, there are currently 142 different castes and ethnic groups. I know, insane. Each caste has its own cultural clothes, language, food, and customs. So with that said, when you're in Bhaktapur, you will be able to indulge in the Newari culture and cuisine. Bhaktapur is also a place where the traditional art of pottery is still alive and thriving. So of course, we had to just give it a go. First up, Mum, and she made a cup. And secondly, I made this squiggly bowl. And you'll understand what I mean by that when you see the photo in a bit.
We're getting married.
Later that day, we visited our wedding venue. Hotel Manaslu, located in Lazimpat, was going to be our wedding reception for the evening. And we chose this venue as the hotel's interior and exterior resembled the traditional Nepali temples, and it really was beautiful. And just like that, 2 days before the wedding, we've got our custom outfits ready for collection. And look how cute our mums look twinning in Mughal dress. It's officially 1 day before our Nepal wedding and we've squeezed some time to explore Bodha. Right after the wedding, Justin's parents will be flying back to the UK, so we wanted to show them Kathmandu as much as we can in the little time that we had. Bodha, short for Bodhanath, is a stupa located in Kathmandu and is one of the most sacred sites in Tibetan Buddhism outside of Tibet. We saw earlier that Bhaktapur was home to the Newar community. Likewise, Bodha is home to a large Tibetan community. During our visit, we were lucky enough to have been given blessing by a monk. And of course, whilst in Bodh, we had to have Tibetan food for lunch. And after lunch, we headed back to my home to prepare for the big day tomorrow.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening!
Day after the wedding and our final night for Justin's parents, we decided to go for one final dinner and a show. And this restaurant was amazing. During the dinner, this main singer came to introduce this Nepali instrument to Justin's dad as well. This here is called sarangi. Bye. Although Justin's parents were flying back to the UK today, the rest of us still had a week to spend in Nepal. And so for that reason, we decided to visit Bhutan, as Justin had never been here before. Apart from temples, there is also a very fascinating museum where you will learn a lot about Nepal's history. For example, here, did you know this is how they used to transport cars within Nepal? And also, this was gifted to the king by Hitler. What? Swiftly moving on, we then went to a local Tibetan restaurant and local spots hit the spot. The next day, we visited Tandagiri Hills, a spot not only Justin had not yet been, but also myself and my younger brother. As the name suggests, it is at the top of the hill, so we had to get on a cable car to get to the top. The journey took about 10 minutes one way, and of course, during this journey, we took a bunch of photos, because why not? We hadn't even reached the top, yet the views were already spectacular. Like, even from this height, we could already see the Himalayan range at the back. And of course, naturally, we could see more of it once we reached the top.
Today we are at the hills, and if you can see clearly and look far, it's very dusty, but there might be a mango in sight. These are mango trees, all of them, just mangoes and mangoes and mangoes.
Now run. Okay, there definitely is no mango tree that you can see from here, but the views were absolutely breathtaking. So of course we're making the most out of it and taking a bunch of photos. This was our first time here in Tandagiri Hills and we absolutely loved it, so if you're in Kathmandu, make sure to book a visit. And they also have a restaurant at the top of the hill, so you can always grab a bite to eat if you're feeling hungry. Then later in the afternoon, we wanted to go for a short hike near Kopan Monastery. And that was a huge mistake because you can see the monastery at the back, but that was on another hill and there was a massive drop in between. And you know where we ended up instead? Inside a police or an army camp. Lol. But we did end up meeting these little cuties and it was so worth it. and of course treating ourselves to these snacks. And later we met up with our friend and showed Justin Tamil ko nightlife. If you know, you know. Our final night in Nepal. Our Nepali wedding most certainly would not have been possible without massive help and support from our family. So as a token of appreciation, Justin and I hosted a final dinner for them. So guys, if you live abroad but want to get married in Nepal, my recommendation is don't. I'm just joking. But having your family and friends that can support you during this venture will help you out massively. So again, to all our family and friends in Nepal, dherai dherai dhanyabad. You guys made this possible.
$10,000. $2,000.
25,000.
I'm broke. I have nothing. Look, I can't show you actually.